welcome to Under the Plum Bob podcast, where we talk about all things The Sims. We are here to, bring you all the latest Sims shit, or old shit, or, review. I don't know why I keep
Just
saying
shit.
shit. I don't
All
know
over
why.
shit.
All
Yeah.
the shit. Oh, dear Lord.
We're just like EA at that.
Yeah, I know, right? We're speaking shit all over shit.
Yeah, we're just gonna serve up a steaming platter.
And then hope y'all buy it. Hello.
Yeah.
Here, you got some doo-doo. $20, please.
No, we are here to talk all things Sims, though. And we are here today with my two lovely co-hosts, comrades. I don't know
Oh,
why I keep
yes.
doing that again.
Yes.
It's me, Julia, the communist.
The communist.
And it's me, it's Jessica.
And I'm Allie. Thank you guys for joining us. It's early,
Mhm.
but well, I guess late for Julia.
It's 5 p.m. in the darkest part of the universe right now. My heart.
Sweden? What?
We never do a little chit chat before we start the episode. Should we start with that? Maybe our tangents will calm down.
Good. So what's been going on with y'all? How's your week been?
My team lead has had severe anxiety all week, so I have had severe anxiety because I am pathetically ugh. Yeah. And then I finished 2 awesome K-dramas, and now I feel very, very empty because all I did was cry.
But sometimes you need those, though. You're just like, let me give this good cry. And then you're like, okay, I'll let it build up for the next month or so. And then, it's fine.
Watch a new show. Awesome. How y'all been?
My restaurant's always very interesting.
Yeah.
If you guys saw my post, it was... Whew, that was like the icing on top of a very long 6-7 day stretch of closing in a row, and I was just like, thank God I'm off, because he was literally walking out with one of our plates, and I was like, sir, can I get you a to-go box? And he looks at me, he goes, psh, no. I was like, and I was gonna take an L on the plate. I was like, whatever, we have tons of plates, we break plates, whatever, shit happens. But then he comes back, is what it is. He came back inside. And then he asked my host for a to-go box, and then he's all like, tell her she needs to learn to be nice. And I was like, what? And she looked at me, I was in the back, I was keeping an eye at the front just in case he did come back. But then he saw me, and he was like, you need to learn to be nice. Be nice. And I was like, the funny thing is, I was literally saying, sir, the entire time.
Trying to be as polite as possible.
Literally as polite as possible. I was just like, sir, I literally just asked for our plate back. And then he was like, you need to learn to be nice. Be nice. And I was just like, it's funny. He was with a whole group of 5 other friends, I think. And they were sitting in a table in the dining room. Because at this point, he's not at the front of our restaurant. He's more in the dining room. And I'm like, I'm not going to yell across the dining room to this drunk dude. I ain't got the energy. I ain't got the time. Because I honestly will probably cuss you out in front of all these people and lose my job. So I ain't doing that today. Not on you. But his group friends are just sitting there, just not even trying to get him, get your boy, none of it. Hey bro, let me go.
They're just watching it all play out.
Literally just watching it all play out, and he backed up, and then he was heh, he won or something. Because I literally was just I crossed my arms. I was like, I'm not gonna entertain you.
He wanted you to bite it a little.
Yeah, bite it a little, basically. No, I'm not gonna do it. And then he starts dancing and doing some random shit, and I was just like,
why do men?
And then I literally was like, you look so cool, sir. You look so cool right now. And then he walked away, and then I just walked away. I was like, yeah, you look so cool. And then he was kept walking outside. And I see him outside. He like
Bye.
throws the to-go box that we came back inside for. It's like, you didn't have to do that. You really could have just taken the plate,
What?
kept going.
Oh my
I
god,
was just like,
embarrassing.
He's the hero in his own story.
I know, right? And I'm like, I
He
bet you
fucked the
think you're like,
man.
I know, right? I bet he's all like, I told her. I'm just like,
Yeah, this underpaid, like, hardworking queen of the restaurant. Yes, she is
Go ahead.
the man. You really
It's funny that-
solved global capitalism at this
Yep.
point.
I know, right?
Taking it down one manager at a time.
That must be the like in the Karen school.
I know, seriously. I was just like,
Oh.
bro, why? And luckily, like, his table and his friends, like, left pretty quickly after that, to the point where, like, hey, did they pay? Like, did they, like... Then the server's like, they did. I was like, okay, cool, because, like...
At least
Did
they
did they leave a good tip, though?
I did not ask that question. I was more like, thank God they're out of the restaurant.
What
That's
if
where
they
I
had
was.
used their friend, like, distract them, and we sneak out? He's like, oh my god, this is my time to shine.
We've actually had that happen where we were dealing with another, it's not like that, but another situation with like a drunk person in the bar or whatever trying to like walk out. And we actually had like another table like walk out on their bill. I was like, bro, hold on.
Oh, no.
I would
We're
too,
already
though.
dealing with one thing. Probably like, they're taking way too long now.
Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with people?
They're impatient.
They're not great.
No.
How's
Quack.
been treating you, Jess?
Oh. We got our oven fixed so we can bake bread again.
It's been
Yay!
months.
It broke 4th of July weekend.
It's been years.
Yes.
It's been years. They let me down an oven that long,
Yes.
dear Lord.
Oh my god, dealing with upset people this entire time.
Oh.
Girl.
Why isn't it fixed yet? I talk to corporate. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Talk to corporate.
It all
You
sucks.
just had corporate on a speed line. Like, they're here again. The Chirons. One manager at a time.
It's like, I will give you the number to the corporate customer service line. Please call that. I can't do anything about it.
I'm not gonna pay out my pocket for it. They don't pay me enough for that. Like,
yeah, I am but one person. I tell you what the situation is. If you can't accept that, I don't know what to do for you.
That's literally how everyone is tweeting at the Sims team all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yes.
Nice
Sims
segue back
fans
into
are the Karens of the gaming world.
Never happy, no matter what.
Yep. But speaking of The Sims,
Yay!
Yeah.
We did a good segue. Look
yeah,
at
that
us.
was good. We're kind of talking The Sims today, but we're kind of like branching off into different Sims Maxis world. We're
Yes.
talking about SimCity today.
Ooh, y'all may remember this a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny, whenever I like mention like Sims or like SimCity, they're like, I remember SimCity. They're
Yeah.
like, going around. Even like my boyfriend earlier, I was like, what's your episode on today? I'm like, SimCity. He goes, oh, I remember that. I used to play that. It was really cool. I was like, see, yeah, like everyone.
Yes. I love it.
Yes. I logged so many hours in SimCity 3000.
I'm gonna see how many hours I played of the new one. Huh?
Oh, that's true. I can do that too. See, I know I definitely played the first SimCity's 2000.
Yeah.
Early 2000, probably for me.
Like SimCity has been around longer than Sims have.
Yes.
How you feel about that? It's crazy.
Technically, the whole thing is older than all of us, I think.
Combined.
Yeah.
It's been 500 years.
It's been. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought that's where that was going to.
What was that?
Every time.
Is that a musical thing? Because I have no idea about musicals.
No, it's a song.
That, Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes, thank you.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Looked at me.
Oh! I know that song from the problematic show How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
Yes. It's been. Now I know.
So
Oh
I
my
hear
god,
it
I'm
every
like.
time.
Anyways, guys, did you know the first game of the series, SimCity, was published by Maxis, obviously, in 1989
Yeah.
and sparked the creation of several sequels and many other spin off Sims titles, including the 2000s The Sims, which itself became a best selling computer game and a franchise, and a podcast.
Yeah.
We are by no means the official podcast of The Sims, even though Jess is a sleeper agent.
I like how we keep slipping that in.
I know.
That's just the underlying narrative we have. It's just slipping it in. And we're just like, yep.
It is, podcast lore now.
Not us creating new lore.
No.
I have played The Sims City, the new one, for just 318 hours. That's not that long.
That's pretty good.
I played like Sims for 2,788 hours. Someone call the cops. Anyway.
How come I thought I played more? I only played 30 hours. I only thought I played more than that, but no, SimCity only 30 hours. Probably because I'm like, this is shitty. Okay.
Yeah. Like everything The Sims related as of late. It's
I had
shitty.
SimCity 3000 like not on Origin, so I can't track how many hours I did.
That sucks. Times before. And like what we played when we were kids, we don't know. That's just lost time in our childhoods.
Yeah.
That is true.
Anyway. Maxis developed the series independently until 1997 and then continued under the ownership of Electronic Arts until 2003. EA commissioned various spin-offs from the other companies during the 2000s, focusing on console and mobile releases. 2013. I was like, at 2023. No. So in 2013, EA Max's reboot was a subject that has been described as one of the most disastrous launches in history, which is on brand.
Very on brand.
Which may have triggered the 2015 shutdown of Max's Emeryville and the end of the franchise, which is just like the saddest thing.
Yeah. One bad game and it ended it all.
I think it was an inside job.
They're like, nah, fuck this.
We can't have two franchises and like basically the same. No, we're gonna kill one. See what happens.
Kill one off, yeah.
So, guys, if you haven't played SimCity, why the fuck are you here? It's literally the grandmama of the games we're playing today.
Yeah.
So SimCity titles and all of related whatever, they are a real-time management and construction simulator. Across most titles, the player, acting as the major, is given a blank map to begin and must expand the city with the budget provided. As the city matures, the player matures with it. No, she does not. The player may be able to add government and other special buildings, such as a mayor's house or a courthouse, depending on how large the city is. Proper management of the city requires citizens to be provided with basic utilities, such as electricity, water, and sometimes waste management.
Why only sometimes?
Only sometimes.
It does get backed up.
Not backed up.
Oh, no.
No, you ever had that happen in your game? No, we're not. No more hand movement. No more hand.
I know, and everyone was like, "There's poop everywhere."
There's trash all over the place.
What's going on?
Not everyone being Southern. What in the dear Lord? What's going on?
Poop around, I can't. I need the waste management.
Bill!
Bill! I don't think that tangent at the top works.
I'm so sorry, guys. I thought it would. I don't know what I thought, honestly.
I think I'm gonna end up editing this one because Jen said as long as there's no tangents.
Biane.
Okay.
Okay, so we know sewage optional. And then you can also add public services such as health, education, safety, parks, and leisure facilities. These are provided by building relevant buildings or infrastructure, with each building covering a circular range in its vicinity.
Vicinity.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I'm a native English speaker. Inadequate funding of these services can lead to strike or even urban decline. Woohoo!
Woo!
So it's like America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Urban decline. I can't with that one.
I think it's interesting that the primary source of income is taxation. And like in the new SimCity, I remember when I had taxes at like 11%, everyone's like, this is too much. I'm like, here in my city, it's 34%. Do you
Yeah.
wanna? Cannot play this as a socialist game.
No. I have so many problems. Like, I don't want to raise taxes anymore, but I'm losing money.
Same.
I'm like, if you wanna go to school, you're gonna have to pay taxes.
You like raise it a little bit. They're like, no, fucking like start fleeing. No,
How
go back down. Go
dare
back down.
you? You have made enemies.
No, and they asked to speak to the manager.
Mayor's not home. Take a message. Sorry.
Can I give you to one of my advisors, please?
Taxation, and then you could place. Oh, you can also generate by legalized gambling or placing certain special buildings, such as military special buildings, such as military bases or federal prisons. Yeah, it's been too long since I played one of the good ones, so I don't
I don't remember the prisons or military bases in the new one.
I remember having a military base because I remember seeing them like running around in rank, like
Oh,
just doing like drills.
oh, oh, I kind of love the attention to detail that they put
Yes.
into this game. The player may also have to deal with the disasters, which are the best parts and also the saddest, such as fires, tornadoes, fictional crises such as monsters. There's like a robot thingy that comes like pew pew. It's also Godzilla. And then SimCity titles are predominantly single player, with a few exceptions, including the Network Edition of SimCity 2000, the Unix ports of the original SimCity, and SimCity 2013, which is probably why 2013 was such a flop.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the title, there may be scenarios with city performance related goals and time limits in which to complete them. And then legacy, guys. And then the episode is done.
That's all
If
we give
only.
you.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Here's a 20-minute episode.
Yay! You thought that, listeners, but you're stuck.
We got a lot more.
Yes! Got pages on pages with information. Anyways, guys, sorry. The franchise has been credited with inspiring a generation of urban planners, transport officials, and local government figures who experienced the games at young age and took those careers later in life. Various editions of the game have been used in education to simulate urban planning for students in elementary through college classes. That's so cool, though.
That is pretty cool.
While there were a handful of city builder games before 1989, SimCity popularized the genre and laid the groundwork for many titles inspired by it, including City Skylines, which is awesome,
That is a fun one.
which was greenlit after the poor reception of the SimCity reboot. And then more broadly, the lack of a win condition in favor of open-ended play was a novelty at the time that gave rise to Max's software toys designed concept, which influenced many other titles from the company. I have no idea what that means, but I suppose it's the sandbox mode.
Yeah, just kind of like you're not going for a specific goal. You're having fun. You're playing.
Yeah, yeah. You're just building, living life,
Mhm.
having a good
Mhm.
time. Okay, so let me tell you about the first SimCity game, which came out in 1989, and the picture is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That's a pretty
It
good
is
one.
some kind of thingy mabob. There's a picture of a city and a tornado, and it's
Of
the
course.
most like early 90s, late 80s font.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So the idea from Sin City comes from various places. Will Wright, King, came up with the idea when he spent more time making maps for Raid on Bungling Bay than playing the game. Wright also cites the Seventh Sally, a short story by yep Stanislaw Lem. Lem is a Swedish word for penis. So
Oh.
yep. Yeah. Awesome.
And you can go around and be like, you lem.
No, it's more like uh it's like old Swedish, like lem can also be like a body part, but then
Oh, okay.
mostly like and then he took out his lem.
Oh.
But no one says it like casual. It's just like an old word that's still around. Anyway,
Mr. Lem.
Mr. Lem, not Mr. Penis. Jesus, you're a lesbian for God's sake. Calm down.
Oh my god! Still knows.
I know they exist.
Oh my god! I know they
Sorry.
exist. I can't. Oh. Keep all this in, or it's put it in a blooper. This is looking great. Okay.
So Wright also cites the Seventh Sally, which is a short story by Stanislaw Penis, as an inspiration for the game. The first version of the game was on the Commodore 65, 64, sorry, and it was finished in 1985. That's what I. Wright spent 4 years trying to find a publisher. Many major publishers, including Bröderbund, was scared of the innovative game. Oh no, people were scared of innovative gameplay of SimCity.
They were scared of SimCity?
They were
No!
so scared.
They shouldn't be!
Yeah. And then Maxis agreed to sell it as one of their two initial games. Aw. So in 1988, SimCity was shown to Broderbund again. The company decided to enter into a distribution agreement with Maxis, and that year the game was released for the Amiga and the Macintosh. Oh wow. Versions for the IBM PC and Commodore 64 were released following year. So, remember guys, it was the 80s. It was a dark time.
Mm-hmm.
Reagan had
Sad.
just been president. And like
Oh yeah.
now we had Bill Clinton. I don't know what
First
happened.
George Bush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had Daddy Bush.
Not
Mm-hmm.
the daddy. Ugh. So now you could like play your own, like you could get away from all of that. Republicans and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And in Sin City, players could build a city, as it says on the game title. The game doesn't have a specific goal, so the player can't win or lose. The player can zone areas as residential, commercial, or industrial, add buildings, adjust tax rate, we know that doesn't work, construct power lines, and build roads, among other things. Depending on how the player builds his city, that's so gender non nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their city.
Yeah, builds their city, people will move to their city or leave it. As the population grows, the player must accommodate their needs. Not the player's own needs, but the needs of the citizens. In certain versions of SimCity, players get rewarded for having a large population. I think that comes later, where you could have like pew. What's it called? Achievements.
Oh, okay. I'm all like, you check mark? Like, anyone remember? Julia probably wouldn't. Do you remember that checking the cash like commercial?
Yes.
That was always on.
Checking the cash.
Checking the cash. Literally, it was an entire commercial. It was like a check cashing place, and it was literally just checking the cash, checking the cash.
You need money now?
Cash?
Checking the
Checking
cash.
the cash.
You guys and your checks.
Yeah.
No wonder America's in debt.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes. Checking in cash.
Mm-hmm.
So, disasters, except for checking to cash and capitalism. Players will sometimes have to face disasters such as giant fires and earthquakes. They can happen randomly or can be purposely triggered by the player. In scenarios, disasters occur at a predetermined moment. Not all disasters were available in every version of SimCity, but the disasters in the first SimCity are as follows: bomb drop. That's, what a freaky accident!
Must be very 80s for a bomb drop. Just saying.
Yeah. Earthquake, fire. I read blood instead of flood. So monsters.
A flood of blood.
Yeah. I mean, could be. Might be some biblical thing. Nuclear meltdown, plane crash, shipwreck, tornado, UFO. And scenarios were also included in as a different way to play SimCity. Rather than having no goal in an open sandbox mode, scenarios gave the player a goal and a time limit. Scenarios in SimCity replicated a real city and sometimes real event. Woo! As with disasters, not all scenarios were available with every version of SimCity, but the following are the scenarios that was included. So Bern, Switzerland, 1965, traffic. Boston, MA, 2010, nuclear destruction. We all remember.
I slept through that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Then it's Detroit, Michigan, 1972, crime. Dulesville, USA, 1900s, boredom.
Probably.
Yeah. Freeland, 1991. That's just what it is.
Yep.
What it is.
Nothing more than that.
Nope. Then Hamburg, Germany, 1944, fire. Las Vegas, oh no! So in 2096, there's gonna be an alien invasion in Las Vegas.
Oh no.
Ooh.
And then, oh no! Rio de Janeiro, 2047, global warming.
That one's a
A little too close to home.
Yeah.
A little too close to home.
When did the Boston Marathon thing have bombs? Was that 2010? Tell me it wasn't.
No, I think it was a few years after that.
No, I think that was after that, yeah.
That would have been scary.
The Boston thing was 2013.
Okay. Whew. San Francisco, so sorry, but in 1906, if you go back in time, Allie, there's an 8.0 earthquake.
Yep, and then that triggers a fire, and then destroys pretty much all of San Francisco. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you play the Tokyo, Japan scenario, 1961, Godzilla will appear.
Godzilla.
And that was the first awesome SimCity game that launched.
We launched everything.
And launched our hearts, our, I don't know, I was about to say vaginas, but that's not.
It launched the idea for more.
Yes.
And we are here, yes.
And then I guess from there they decided to go to SimCity 2000.
Heck yeah.
Which was released in the year of my birth, 1993.
Woo!
Woo! 90s babies.
Not me.
I am. It's just you and me in this podcast who are 90s babies. Everyone else is old as hell.
Yep. Old 80s babies.
It's okay. Close enough. We're all technically millennials.
Yeah.
SimCity 2000 marked a major shift in gameplay from the original SimCity. The basic structure set forth in the Simmel version has defined subsequent. Oh my god, I can't. Defined releases. That was a weird.
Yep.
The old overhaul view was replaced with an isometric view. Land could be different elevations, and an underground view was added from the line of pipes and subways. Also, an abandoned building would have a different graphic.
Cool.
Many new tools were given to players. New tools such as schools, prisons, marinas, and archaeologies were added. More variety in transit was included, such as subways, bus depots, and highways. Airports and seaports had to be zoned rather than just simply built.
Cool.
Also, 7 new power plants were added. Okay.
They really went all out here.
They did.
It's like Sims 1, Sims 2.
Yep.
Yes. They're like,
okay, this is what we can do, and now let's go big.
Literally. Let's see what more we can add. Finances were more elaborate as well. Players were given the ability to set taxes separately for residential, commercial, and industrial zones. Players could enact city ordinances and make connections with neighboring towns. Okay, so they're really like, let's try and get more detail in like everything. Also new was the quarry tool. By using the quarry tool on a building, players could find out more. Oh, quarry.
Query.
I also read it as a quarry.
I was like, quarry. I was like, wait a minute. Query. New query tool on the building. Players could find out more about it. The newspaper was also another new feature in SimCity 2000. Much of the news was humorous nonsense, but the news would feature They really was. It was like random headlines.
Yeah.
Random shit. I was like, what? Do I need to pay attention to this?
Did you ever play Dungeon Keeper 2?
No.
Because in that game, it's also like you build a dungeon and you have monsters and then you're gonna fight the good ones. Like, I think the disclaimer for the game is like, it's good to be bad. But, and there was an announcer voice and he would say like, your dungeon is flooding with yogurt. But there was no yogurt, so it was just like random. I think they stole it from SimCity.
Probably.
We're just gonna put random nonsense up here. Random nonsense.
Sorry.
Yeah, so much of the news was humorous nonsense, but the paper would feature relevant news after important events such as disasters or discovery of a new energy source. The opinion polls were also useful for finding out what a city Sims wanted done.
You have so many wants and needs, the Sims.
Yeah. That's when they're really like, we need this. We should have more fire departments. We're burning over here. We're burning over here. We need more fire departments. Sorry, I don't know why. That's exactly. And that I battled in my head.
And then the fire. You're somewhere in New York.
Yeah,
true. Disasters made their return to SimCity 2000. Several of the old ones were removed and new ones were added. As before, they could happen randomly or triggered purposely. A new feature was the option not to have disasters, so you can toggle them off or on if you wanted to. You can still do UFO attack, earthquake, bombings, firestorm. Ooh, that's a new one.
Oh, God.
Flood, hurricane, major flood, major riots. Ooh. I wonder if they can have flood and I guess major flood and then a regular flood.
Biblical flood.
I see a giant wave.
Yep.
Monsters, nuclear meltdown, plane crash, rioters, tornado, toxic spills, and oops. What's an oops? When the beam from the orbiting satellite misses the microwave power plant and hits someone else instead, the microwave disaster is initiated. A large fire will happen near the receiver dish.
Oh no!
Oops!
Having new disaster. Oops.
Yep. I'll just call it that. It's fucking funny. Volcano or also a meteor can come down.
I remember the meteors. They fucked up many towns for me.
Yes, those come in and go out of nowhere too. I'm like, why?
Otoke.
I just got everyone to where I needed it. Why?
Why?
It has such a beautiful city, and they ruin everything.
Damn meteors.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these goddamn space stones.
And those meddling volcanoes too.
Yes. Goddamn rioters.
Also, remember this game came out like 2 years after the Rodney King riot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We see you, EA. Mhm.
Yep.
See you. Well, I guess it's not even EA at this point.
No, it's just Maxis.
We see you, Max. Goddamn.
It's straight Maxis.
Mm-hmm.
Will Wright and Maxis.
I see you, Will Wright.
Yep.
Scenarios also returned to SimCity 2000. As before, some were added and others were taken away. Scenarios proved to be popular enough to warrant the creation of SimCity 2000 Scenarios Volume 1, Great Disasters.
That was a long ass title.
Yeah.
I know, right? A disc with new scenarios. The following are the scenarios. There's a lot of scenarios in one.
Yeah, they actually are links on the SimCity wiki. We can throw that in the notes, but yeah,
Ooh.
all of them are their own separate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what happened in Flint, Michigan? I want to know. Is it the
Is it the water bad?
Is it the pipes, guys? Is it the poisoning of like a whole town?
Probably.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Were they predicting?
Yeah. I know for a fact the Davenport one, that one, because that's Iowa, like near me. That's when the Mississippi like flooded really, really bad.
Oh no, not to Davenport.
Yeah, Iowa down to like Missouri, Arkansas, it just like flooded really bad. And Davenport was probably the worst place that it flooded.
Not the Davenport.
Yeah.
Not to Davenport. Charleston, South Carolina. We know what happened there. I hope they didn't predict that.
Hopefully not.
Do you want to say them? Sorry, I spoiled
Oh, yeah.
everything. Cut that out.
Yeah, we're just talking about random ones. We haven't gone through the list or anything.
Sorry.
Here are the following scenarios. Atlanta, Barcelona, Charleston, South Carolina, Chicago, Davenport, Doolesville, Flint, Michigan, Hollywood, Homestead, Las Vegas, Malibu, Manhattan, Oakland, Paris, Portland, San Francisco, Silicon Valley, and Washington, D.C.
Woohoo!
Was Silicon Valley even a thing? Like,
it wasn't.
Like, was it becoming a thing? It probably was in the 80s already.
I mean, we had the PC, right? And like, oh, I just got up the show. I love the show though. It's awesome.
The show is super funny.
So it was since the 1980s.
Oh, okay.
Palo Alto, Santa Clara,
Sunnyvale.
Sunnyvale.
Those expensive places over there.
And I got the description for the Flint, Michigan one. It is not the water.
Oh.
The official description is Flint. This automotive industrial town is hit hard by a recession. So, I mean,
could be Detroit.
Close enough, yeah.
Close enough.
You need to raise the industrial population to 21,000 in 5 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. As of June 2021, the highest percentage of homes valued at so Silicon Valley has the highest percentage of homes valued at $1 million or more. Congratulations, guys.
It's no, because no one pays enough for you to get a $1.7 million house.
Oy.
Or it's a $1.7 million house that you have no backyard, like no parking space, like you're in a complex, like you have no room. It's
yeah, you'd get like my house for that much money. My house is shit.
I've seen like apartments in like San Francisco go for like 1 point. I'm like, bro, you don't even have like a backyard. You have no garage. You have like 3 bedrooms. That's it. Like for 1 point, I want at least like 5 bathrooms, 2 game rooms. I want like a 4-car garage.
You could get something like that for 1.5 in Sweden. Maybe not in Stockholm. There you get a 1-bedroom apartment with maybe one window.
With one window.
One window. And it's like this big.
Yeah, it's like you can look out, look into the world.
No. I want a backyard.
No.
No.
There's not even backyards. Nobody gets backyards here.
No. This is we're a city, you know. You don't need that.
No. So then we move on to my jam. That was SimCity 3000.
Ooh.
Yeah. That came out in 99. Originally, Maxis planned to make SimCity 3000 a full-on 3D game.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm grateful they did not.
I know.
Yeah.
Employees even thought that it was impractical to be all 3D, but management pushed the idea.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, go figure, management. The game would have also allowed players to talk to their Sims, as seen in SimCity 64, which I do not know what that is, because that's not one of the official games that was listed.
Oh.
After a year of development, the game was graphically on par with SimCopter and Streets of SimCity. Other games that we are not talking about.
SimCopter? I don't even want to know. Were you like were you a helicopter? And
are you a copter flying around?
Were you flying around? It's like Thomas the Engine, where you're just like, hello.
Were they trying to cut in on Flight Simulator?
Oh my god.
That might have been what that was. SimCity 3000 was displayed at the 1997 E3 show. The experience is still considered an embarrassment, and the game was expected to fail at the time.
What?
Stop.
Good job, Maxis.
They keep on keeping on.
And later in 97, that's when EA bought Maxis.
That's probably why.
Probably.
They were like, y'all can't do this. Let's bring you under.
We're here to
us,
help. Luke Bartholet was assigned as general producer to Maxis. He decided that 3D graphics were not viable and brought Lucy Bradshaw to lead the project.
Oh, feminist.
Yes. The 3D graphics were scrapped in favor of sprite-based graphics. And instead of focusing on 3D, they expanded the core gameplay. This version of the game did better at the 1998 E3 and was well received upon release.
Woohoo!
Let's try this again, guys.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yep, let's not do that. Let's try something else. Most of the gameplay from SimCity 2000 remained in SimCity 3000. The concept of waste management was added, as well as the ability to choose from 3 zoning densities. Also, farms could appear in certain industrial zones, which was always great when you had UFOs come in because they'd make crop circles.
That's cool.
Oh my god, I don't remember this. That's so cool.
Yes. That's one of the big reasons I loved when UFOs attacked, because they make the crop circles everywhere.
Wow.
The idea of dealing with neighboring cities was much expanded in this version. Players could negotiate deals to buy or sell electricity, water, and waste management services. The game could also introduce business deals, and players would have the option of allowing a certain type of building to be built in their city. If they allowed it to be built, the player receives a certain amount of money, but also has to deal with an undesirable effect.
Capitalism.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I think that's where, like, the military bases and prisons, like, really affected the gameplay.
Okay.
What, you mean people don't want, like, federal high-security prisons and, like, close to their kindergarten? That's crazy.
What?
No, that's when they turn elementary schools to just look like prisons, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. But what do you mean? That's cray-cray.
Players were also given better help in this one. Advisors in SimCity 3000 gave the player in-depth advice rather than simply discouraging the player from cutting funding as they did in SimCity 2000.
Oh my god.
Yep. The player also had petitioners, usually citizens from their own city, asking for certain ordinances to be enacted or taxes to be cut. The newspapers were replaced with a news ticker along the bottom, and if something was wrong with the player's city, the news stories would reflect this. If everything was going well, the stories would be humorous nonsense, and the ticker would sometimes have a warning of a disaster to come. Somebody's like, somebody was looking through their telescope and saw something weird.
No. Oh my god, I was too stupid to realize that was like a prediction.
You're just like, that's stupid. Like, why are you looking through your telescope?
Okay, I don't care about this one guy. Fuck off. Like, where are all my cows, though?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then he's like, I told you there was a disaster coming.
Damn you, Mayor!
No one cares, Steve. Okay.
Another new feature was landmarks. Landmarks were there mostly for aesthetic purposes, though building one would open the tourism advertising city ordinance. So you could create tourism by having, like, the Pyramid of Giza sitting in your city.
Okay. That's where that started.
Mashallah.
Yes. Landmarks were free to build, but limited to 10 per city, although there is a cheat that can remove the limit.
Oh, yeah, sheets.
And interestingly enough, you can put the Twin Towers in your city, which I put them up in my city and immediately had a UFO destroy them. So I'm like,
stop!
This is not good. Graphically, SimCity 3000 improved upon its predecessor. Buildings were grouped together more rigorously by economic class, creating distinct neighborhoods. The ground had grass and varied in color with elevation. The land had 5 levels of steepness instead of 1, and instead of only pine trees, SimCity 3000 added several types of trees, with oaks being prevalent. On the other hand, SimCity 3000 got rid of the waterfalls that were in SimCity 2000.
How dare
Sad.
they?
I know.
I like those waterfalls.
How dare they?
Rude. Most of the disasters from the previous games were removed, along with the ability to dispatch police and firefighters. The ability to activate a warning siren to help your Sims get to safety was added. So this time you could send police and firefighters out. You could set off an air siren. But there were earthquakes, fires, nuclear meltdowns, riots, tornadoes, and UFOs. In the unlimited version of SimCity 3000, you got 4 new exclusive disasters, which were Toxic Cloud, Whirlpool, A Plague of Locusts, and Space Junk. Space Junk.
Plague of Locusts.
What you gonna do with all that junk in your atmosphere? I'm gonna drop it down upon your town. Oh my god, look at me!
Oh my god, that was great!
Call Nicki Minaj!
A lot of this is staying in.
Yeah, well. Plague of Locusts. That's weird, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That is, yeah.
Has anyone seen the latest? Sorry, tangent. Has anyone seen the latest Jurassic Park movie?
Yeah.
No.
No. Remember when they had the locusts and they got like really big? I see a Plague of Locusts a little different now. Ever since like the giant locusts, they go yeah.
They were.
They made locusts, they like mutated locusts, and they made them like big, and then they had swarms of really big locusts flying around. I was like, no, I'm good. No.
Oh, I mean that movie sucked, but I love dinosaurs.
It did, but
and Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, I was there for all the originals. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, they're finally kissing.
Sorry to spoil for anybody.
Sorry.
It's been out for a while, but
yeah,
it's
your own fault at this point.
I mean, it's been shipped since '93, guys. Come on now. The ship is almost as old as Allie, for God's sake.
Yep.
Yes. They finally got together. It's okay. So they had to do like a J-Lo and what's his name?
Ben Affleck.
Ben, yes. They just had to do their separate thing and then come back and finally, be together.
Oh.
Yeah. They didn't want to have kids together. So, they were like, no, let's have kids with other people and then we'll come back after they're grown and be like, that's fine.
Yep. SimCity 3000 did not come with any scenarios, but scenarios were added in the unlimited version along with the ability to create your own scenarios with the scenario creator tool.
Ooh, this is where we know EA came in, because now you have to pay extra.
Yes,
that's true.
That
is true. No scenarios, but hey, here's an extra disc if you like it.
Yes, once they took over, that's when they started doing like, oh, here's this extra stuff that you can buy. Here's expansion packs that you can
You
buy.
can buy.
But this was in the no. But this is better,
Yeah.
and you can buy it.
Yes. For more money.
Yes.
The corporate capitalism really got into Maxis with EA.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry, guys. The man brought you down. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so SimCity 4, 2003.
You were 10,
Yes.
doing your business.
Yes, I was. I was in 5th grade, I think. Dear Lord. Oh, God. Okay, so SimCity 4 in 2003, city building simulation game. The 4th Maxis installment in the SimCity series. It is published by EA and developed by Maxis, of course. Although Will Wright was hinted to further development in SimCity 4, at the end, only one expansion pack, Rush Hour, was released in 2003. Before the company moved on to developing Sims 2. Period.
Dot.
Later on, SimCity 4 Deluxe Edition was released, but it was simply the main game and the Rush Hour expansion bundled into one.
Who would have thought?
Money. Cash grab. To this day, SimCity 4 has the largest fan base out of all the SimCity titles, with devoted players turning out mods and fixes that Maxis no longer creates. As the 2013, the game is still available in many retailers as well as for downloaded on sites as Steam and Origin due to the high demand of the game over the other SimCity titles. Did not know that, actually.
But I remember this one, and I remember booting it up and like the trailer, like the little cinematic thing that happened in the beginning. Ooh, chills, guys.
I feel like I may want to play this one. Yeah, because I don't care for the 2013. I play it still because I think it's the one I have, but if I can go back to a more likable one, I will definitely do it.
I will tell you, I got SimCity 3000 by not quite right means, but
the only means.
Mm-hmm.
The only means.
Yar.
We do not condemn pirating, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway. Gameplay. As with the previous installments, much of the previous game's gameplay was retained in Sims 4. The biggest change was the addition of regional gameplay. Not only does the player get to negotiate deals with the neighboring cities, but the player is also able to build the neighboring cities. Since the player can populate the entire region, it is able to rely on other cities, small towns, become a viable possibility. The player now has several modes to use, each mode serving its purpose in creating and handling cities. Okay. Civic buildings were also altered. Rather than affecting the town citywide, city buildings affect only the neighboring area. The player can adjust each building's individual funding, and each building has its own maintenance cost. They have different modes you can play in. They have God mode.
Heck yeah.
Damn straight, I'm going to control all you guys. Yeah. In God mode, the player can modify the terrain with near complete freedom. Unlike Mayor mode, the God mode offers advanced terraform tools as well as bushes for trees and wild animals. Players can also perform operations that alter the entire tile, such as erosion. God mode is unavailable once the player has established their city, except with the help of cheats.
Oh yeah.
So it's just set up your city within God mode.
It's like a map creator thingy.
Okay.
SimCity 4 Deluxe Edition.
Ooh.
Mayor mode. Mayor mode is the main focus of the game. In Mayor mode, the player's goal is to construct a city while keeping their budget stable. Players have the power to add zones, roads, and ploppable. Sorry. Ploppable buildings in the mode. They can unlock extra reward buildings by fulfilling special requirements. My Sim mode. My Sim mode lets the player create or import a sim from The Sims and place them into their city to get feedback. If the Rush Hour expansion is installed, players can also access the You Drive It mode from here.
Wait, you could like drive your car?
Yeah. I think I got it lower in the notes.
Wow.
You can control the vehicles.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I am kind of sad I missed out on this one then.
I know, right? Now reading, I'm like, wait a minute.
Guys, this was awesome. I remember I added so many of my Sims into this game.
I would too. I was like, here, go, 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 go.
Be free.
Would be my little spy. 2 different kinds of players right here.
Yep.
Graphically, the game also improved. Rather than sprite-based graphics, SimCity 4 and its Rush Hour expansion pack improved 3D capabilities. So they finally got their 3D in there that they wanted.
Congratulations, guys.
They're like, okay, we'll put a pin in it, but we are coming back to this.
We want 3D.
Who wants 3D? I want 3D.
The main example is traffic simulation, which entirely uses 3D visuals to render vehicles. However, lights and shadows are not generated real time, and only some buildings automatically orient themselves with 3D positioning. The decaying of buildings is done more realistically, but most graphical details remain pre-rendered. Compatibility with other games. The Sims, players can import their Sims they create in The Sims, other games from Maxis.
What? Another game? I never heard of it.
I know, right? Another game from Maxis. What's The Sims? That thing?
If you can't tell, I did get this off the SimCity wiki, not the Sims wiki.
What?
2 separate things.
Oh, yeah. And then The Sims 2. Players can import their city layouts and use them in The Sims 2 as neighboring terrain. Okay.
What?
Nice.
That's so cool. I did not know that. That's very cool.
That's cool. So you can create the city and then put it in your... They should
that is pretty cool.
Revisit that. If they...
Yeah, they really should. If they ever want to make another SimCity game.
If they ever do another... Yeah, if they do another SimCity, they should revisit that. Because that would be real cool. Especially with all the stuff we have now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The SimCity 4 Rush Hour is the only expansion pack for SimCity 4. It includes features old and new, most of which are transportation related. These include avenues, cars, and passenger ferries, and more. Rush Hour also includes a new tool, route
query.
What was it? Query. Thank you.
I learned a new word today.
I know, right? And I almost forgot it immediately. Which traces the routes Sims take for their destinations and type of transportation they use. In addition, several mods for SimCity 4, including the Network add-on mod, will only work with Rush Hour. Rush Hour is also included in the deluxe edition of SimCity 4 and the SimCity box.
Woohoo!
So with Rush Hour, it basically changed transportation. So you're able to get one-way roads, avenues. We're able to do, higher intersections, avenue crosses, pedestrians can cross. They have a bunch of different one-ways. They can higher capacity, there we go, of people. Ground highways, elevated highways, elevated railways, toll booths, monorails, elevated subways, and ferries.
So many things.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking word again. Okay, root query. Quarry.
Yay!
Get it?
Yeah.
Query.
Quarry.
Yeah.
I was chose to lead, not to read. So it provides information as to where the Sims can go to work and home. Different levels. On the original SimCity 4, it was near impossible to get a sustainable city as running cost. Infrastructure, civic services, always outweighed the tax revenue, all that kind of stuff. In Rush Hour, 3 difficulty levels were introduced, with the hardest identical to SimCity 4, and the easiest levels having greater amplified tax income. Toll booths were also introduced to raise money. You Drive It. It was add-on which allows players to control cars, airplanes, boats, and other vehicles.
Damn.
Looks like a simulator, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
That's intense, though, to add in a little expansion pack.
It is.
In the early 2000s. Guys,
right?
Calm down.
Hold on, guys.
That's supposed to be another pack that EA can sell you.
Oh, yeah, they did not figure that out yet.
No.
Now that would have been a kit. Or
Yes.
I know, right?
stuff pack.
Kit, stuff pack. Nah, it'd be a game pack. They're giving
Do
you.
you drive it, Kit?
This is how you get cars, guys. You
Yep.
drive the kit. You want it? This is how you get it.
It's like the bubble bath, like the jacuzzis and the
Oh my god.
it's like a whole pack. You have to get yourself one little thing. It sucks. Nothing grinds my gears like capitalism and EA.
Yep.
And EA.
They are one and the same.
They're one and the same. Some vehicles contain special features such as police car, which has a siren.
Ooh.
Sorry, no one wants to play as a pig.
No.
No. No.
Nope.
Nope. There are 2 modes of driving, free and mission mode. In free mode, guests to drive wherever you want. While driving a mission, you get complete certain objectives within a certain time limit. A vehicle receives damage if it crashes into other vehicles or is driven. So, like Grand Theft Auto, also.
They really did a whole game.
They really did. Oh, no wonder it's still loved. God dang.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good lord. All the stuff in here.
Yeah, so if you drive it into other vehicles or is driven into water or land, it'll eventually burst into flames and explode. That's one way to do it. The car diamond above the vehicle will change from green to red depending on the current state. Okay, so the car itself had like a little plumb bob. That's cute. You got UFOs, a new disaster, which caused a large UFO ship to appear, which flies around firing lasers. It can also spawn
Pew, pew,
3
pew.
more baby UFOs, which are firing lasers of their own.
Oh, jeez.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew. Wee, wee.
Got sound effects.
And then Autosaurus Rex.
I love this one.
Also a new disaster, which causes nearby cars to stick together and form a monster, which then proceeds to cause damage to the city. I didn't know what I was expecting at the end of that sentence,
Me neither.
but I'm here for it. Now I feel like I need to find this game and play this game.
I just thought it would be like a Mecha Godzilla kinda, or a Mecha Raptor, like.
Turns out it's like a Mecha Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about the worst of the worst.
Oh
god. Oh god, okay.
So we went from the best, and now we're instantly going to drop to the worst.
It's like Sims 3 to Sims 4.
Yes.
Guys.
Oh my god, it
really
is.
Yes.
Did y'all not learn?
So,
no, they never do.
No.
Never do.
This is just called SimCity, referred to as SimCity 2013 or SimCity 5. It's the reimagined version of the SimCity series, developed by Maxis and published by EA. The game was released on March 5th, 2013 for PC. An OS X version was also announced and was subsequently released on August 29. I don't know why they did it on... It's so weird.
Money. 2 different versions. Money.
What you mean money? It's so crazy. SimCity began development in the spring of 2009. It is the first Maxis developed main series SimCity game since SimCity 4. Jesus, that
you're like, that was a lot.
That was a lot. Yeah, it came out
SimCity in
one sentence. So yeah, and it was like the latest game that came out after SimCity 4, which was released a decade prior. The game brought back the zoning feature as well as new multiplayer mode where a group of cities could work together or complete in an online region. Curved roads also made their first appearance into the franchise. So, SimCity received positive feedback prior to its release, guys.
Prior.
Yeah. However, as a result of widespread technical problems, such as difficulty connecting to the game servers, many reviewers lowered the game's review score as a result. And this led to EA offering early buyers a free game from Origin. Not this game, just another game.
Oh my lord.
You know you're fucked up when EA's giving you a free game because of this.
We're so sorry this is shitty. Buy another game from us, though.
Yeah.
I also remember that they first released it that only multiplayer, so you could only play it online with other people.
Yes.
And that also made people fucking angry.
Because their servers would always crash.
Yeah. And that's a note for going into The Sims 5. Just
Yeah.
EA, please pay attention. Remember this.
Yeah, please don't do this. So, a new feature is that non-renewable resources are finite, so players can use up their resources too quickly, and then their economy may collapse. It's just too much of the real world.
Right?
Yeah, however, players can trade resources with other players online. In the demo shown at E3, a mayor from Stoneslow was able to pipe electricity into Taylor City. Awesome. Even every individual sim has their own job, personality, education, life expectancy, etc. The design of the buildings is also customizable, as well as detailed traffic simulation with cars lit up at night. Roads can be placed in different ways, such as straight, square, arch, freeform, curvy, and circular. There is no reshaping of land in this game. Yeah, as always, they take it back. Yeah. Although in Update 7, the player can raise and lower land to a limited extent. Yes. The environmental consequences of running a city are also explored in this game, focusing on global warming and other environmental issues such as air, water, and ground pollution, which is an aspect I really like though.
That's really nice.
Like other aspects of the game, crime is also more detailed. When a sim commits arson, the player will hear gasoline being poured and a match being lit, as well as panic sims running from the building, often of them on fire.
You heard the match, but you didn't do nothing?
Let's see. One unit's behavior, such as moving into a new home and blocking the street with a moving van, could ripple out and cause a traffic jam. That in turn delays the response time of a fire truck attempting to put out a fire, which can result in a swath of the city burning.
You're really gonna blame all that on one person, one home moving in?
Why did downtown burn down? Oh, because Jim was moving in down the street. This moving van was blocking everything.
Jim didn't know how to park and wasn't listening to Carol, so Jim caused the entire town to burn.
Yeah, good job, Jim.
Fucking Jim. Jesus.
Carol, I hope you leave his ass.
Yeah. You deserve it better than like a major city arsonist.
Yes. He did not set the fire, but he might as well have.
We didn't start the fire. Sorry.
It was always burning since Jim has turning.
We have a very musical episode going on.
This is the most musical episode.
Every show has a musical episode. This one's ours.
Oh,
Very
that's
true.
sad. Okay, let's see. Regional play areas that allow cooperative players to collaborate and create great works. Yeah, so you can like build different kind of great works focusing on like, do you want this or this or this? I just remember the space like thingy. Space station?
I think so.
And then you send your resources there, and then your city can die of poverty, but at least you like went to space. Elon Musk.
Yep.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Anyway,
Julia's got something in her throat.
it's capitalism. I'm choking on it.
Billionaires suck.
Either it.
We're politically not like in any way or form.
No.
La la la. Okay, so the feature of zoning residential, commercial, and industrial zones return. However, players will no longer be able to zone in different densities. Densities are now based on road sizes and traffic around the location of the zoned area. Have I played too much City Skylines? Isn't it like light green for residential lots and dark green for. No, that's City Skylines.
So it's green for residential, blue for
Yeah,
commercial, and then like yellow gold for like industrial.
Industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then depending on what like road you put down or upgrade it to is whether it's like
Yeah.
high density stuff or like apartment buildings or just homes or like extra stuff and that kind
But
of
I do
thing.
know, like in the earlier versions of the game, if you put like light green, you just get like little houses. But if you put like dark green, it was like apartment complexes.
Yeah, that's how it is in SimCity. It's not SimCity, but City Skyline. But now I also remember just doing a little gravel road. Then you have those trailer parks that are in Sims 3 Ambitions, I think, when you're in that Twin Brooks
Oh
kind of
yeah.
Oh, yes.
So there's a lot of things from Sims 3 in this one. Your Sims look like them, and there are houses that you've seen in the cities and everything like that. It's awesome. Anyways, online multiplayer features regions that may house multiple cities from a variety. Just had a little stroke there. Variety of players. Mayors can also work together. In a demo presented at E3, several mayors were able to team up and create an airport. Congratulations.
Good job.
To access online features, players will have to be logged into an EA Origin account. Additionally, launching the game each time will require the player to be logged into Origin, which is like. In Update 10, a new offline mode was introduced. Too many updates, allowing the player to play in a single player and allowing the player to switch between single and multiplayer at will, which was what made a lot of people start playing it, I think.
Yeah. Because I only
Yeah, it was
play in single player.
update 10 though.
Yeah. But I mean, here we are, almost 8 years, 8.5 years after Sims 4, and they just finished the game. So can we really be mad?
This is true.
It takes a while, guys.
Yeah,
It takes a long time.
so long.
They need your money.
They just need it.
They can't go faster without your money.
God forbid they give us another expansion pack. They just want to keep doing kids.
Yeah.
So in SimCity 2013 or SimCity 5, disasters can now again occur randomly, although in Update 8, players can now turn off the disasters by enabling the Disable Random Disaster option. Yeah, in the settings menu. Like in SimCity 4, the player can summon disaster by using disaster tabs. In multiplayer mode, disasters have to be unlocked by completing achievements, while in single player mode, disasters are unlocked automatically, as achievements cannot be earned in single player mode. The disasters in SimCity 5 are meteor strike, earthquake, UFO encounters, big lizard, tornado, zombie attack, Outworlder 6. Oh yeah! Which requires the expansion pack Cities of Tomorrow. Okay, so notable gameplay differences. The worst of the worst, always online connection to Origin EA servers. Multiplayer is supported and is provided as invite only or public free to join. Cloud saving allows the player to pick up their game from any computer, but not able to load an earlier version of the city in case of disasters. No industry types in RCI meter. Industry types are determined by separate industrial tech level. Absence of terraforming, absence of agriculture, absence of subways, addition of streetcars, dirt roads, and freeform roads, pre-designed maps, and population road connections. Zoning density is no longer controlled by zoning, instead, it is now controlled by the road type. Modular utility buildings that can be physically improved with additional functionality. Players doesn't have direct control over civic buildings founding. Players can turn a whole building on and off or add remove modules. So like in the city hall you can add different modules. If you want to play like not sandbox mode, you just add them little by little. Like when you add the financial department, then you can change taxes and stuff like that. I mean, it's fun if you want to be a completionist, kind of.
Yeah. You can add like Department of Education, Department of Tourism. You're able to add more schools or that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And like more classrooms to the schools.
Yes.
So any player can join up to a maximum of 2 to 16 cities in a region at a time. Players can specialize in 6 main categories. That like for the city: mining, drilling, gambling, electronics, trade, and culture. Players can compete on global leaderboards. Player can earn achievements. Player can trade on the global market. Okay, just one quick go, and then I leave it to Jess for the cities of tomorrow. So, reception and legacy. We already know this is the cause of the fall of the greatest game franchise of the world. It received mostly mixed to negative reviews on release.
Mixed at best.
Mixed
Yes.
and then negative. Oh shit.
Yeah. Mostly due to the always online requirement, severe technical issues at launch, and the lengthy delay between server restorations. Almost every review of the game had negatively reviewed the game's always online requirement, most citing that taking an offline single player game and forcing players to play online whether they want to or not is not a good idea. Seems 5. Currently, the game is the lowest rated SimCity title to date, even behind SimCity Societies, which was noted for its negative reception from fans. Also, another game we did not cover because I have no idea what that is. Due to the severe backlash and negative reviews due to the always online requirement of SimCity, on May 6th of 2013, EA and Maxis revealed that the Sims the Sims 4
They were like, okay, we got to stop people from like getting upset about SimCity. So, hey, guess what? Sims 4.
yeah.
Look, shiny.
Redirect. Hey guys, look over here. Look over here. Forget about SimCity. Forget about SimCity. Sims 4. Sims 4, guys. Here you go. Oh lord, guys.
Maxis stated in a video that the reason the Sims 4 will not require internet and will not have online features is to avoid another fan backlash. So we know now that the broken code and the whole they were gonna do an online game, but because SimCity fucked up and was like horrible, they changed it, but they didn't change the main code.
Nope.
And that's where we are 8 years later.
Yep.
And they should have just redone the code.
Yep.
But no.
As EA and Maxis were not expecting such a huge backlash over their online requirements. They also revealed in a video that the Sims 4 will use the same engine as SimCity uses, which is Glassbox, and hinted at the possibility of a feature SimCity 4 and Sims 2 had, where the players could make a city layout in SimCity 4 and use it. They hinted that may be implemented at a later date. 8 years later,
they have not.
They have not.
That part you can do for Sims 5. That part, yes.
Yes.
But the always online, no.
No. The forced multiplayer, all that stuff.
It's the forced multiplayer for me, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we don't play the game to play with others. Like,
no, this is our solo project.
We play to control other Sims. Like, leave people out of it.
Okay, they did come out with SimCity, Cities of Tomorrow. It was an expansion pack for SimCity 5 or 2013, whichever one. The expansion includes several new futuristic buildings from the near future. It was released in November of 2013, and it is fully compatible with vanilla SimCity players. It has flying drones that can make deliveries and serve as policemen, firemen, and doctors. There's a new resource called Omega. It is produced by Omega Co., which buys converting them into franchisees. This vastly increases their money output by severely increasing the pollution they emit as well.
It's like it's a corporation with like robots, and they buy I think it's like ore and some other material, and then they release pink gas, and like everything is polluted. But it's the future, guys.
It's the future. It's pretty pollution.
Yes.
There's customizable mega towers, which is low to medium wealth, and elite mega towers, which is medium to high wealth, with sky bridges for connecting them. There's also the Academy.
There you can research different kinds of futuristic things
Yes.
and stuff.
There's a new requirement for some of the buildings introduced in Cities Tomorrow to operate: ControlNet. ControlNet is produced from the Academy, which distributes it by transmitting it via signals. There's garbage atomizers that completely destroys waste without pollution. There's wave power plants, which generate electricity from the ocean, and fusion power plants, which generates huge amounts of clean power. Both power plants require research from the Academy, as well as requiring ControlNet to operate. Fusion power plants also requires a jump start from existing power plants in order to activate, causing blackouts. Good in the long term, but
Yeah.
ground scrubbers turn any ground pollution and radiation into air pollution, and that can be blown away. Not sure that's how that works, but okay.
Solutions. But you're only major over one city, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't have to care about what happens over there in Fredericktown. Fuck them
It's
anyway.
fine.
Yeah. I don't care about that town. I care about my town.
But we have no pollution, so that's what matters.
Yes.
Yes, America first, guys.
And there's maglev trains, which is a new form of public transportation.
I just gotta say, I really loved Cities of Tomorrow because, as you all know, if you listen to the episode that came out like a year ago, I fucking love Sims 3 Future expansion pack. It was
Into the future,
awesome.
yes.
Yes. And this like pack made your whole city look like the future world in Sims 3, and your Sims could give you quests to add extra control net, and then everything was falling apart. You could become an evil villain.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I think there was also a pack where you could become a villain or you could be a superhero. You could like
I think it's all in
pop.
the same. I think it's all in that one.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. When I bought it, I had like the ultimate bundle, the ultimate collection, whatever. So it just gave me everything.
Yeah, same seas, same seas.
It's probably how they got everyone to play.
Yeah, I mean they had to because they shut it down after, which is
Yeah.
just so sad.
Yeah, actually, I found an article that states why SimCity died and then how an indie developer saved the city building genre.
Tell me.
So, SimCity problems started long before the release date. So, basically, they suffered a clash between game developers at Maxis and the publisher of EA. Maxis wanted to create their first 3D SimCity focusing on graphical improvements, while EA wanted the game to be an ever developing platform with a strong focus on the multiplayer aspect. So, really, it's all EA's fault for their.
Go figure.
Who is shocked? Not me.
Yeah, so they wanted like Maxis wanted like the free flowing camera movements, allowing players, to immerse themselves in their own world. EA wanted, the ever changing region to be able to connect, the whole region, be able to connect the great works, all that kind of stuff.
No one wanted that. No one wanted that.
Yeah.
The developers knew.
Yeah, but in the end, neither EA or the developers chose to yield, for their vision, which resulted in a compromise that really wasn't the best of either one. The game still contained the 3D engine, but the world would consist of small plots within a region, that loose collaboration between them. So they got like a little bit of both, but nothing actually worked together. And then they just kind of left it at that. They were like, I guess we won't really compromise, but we will compromise. And then both of them were just like, okay, it was disastrous, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
And they just stepped aside. And that's when City Skylines came in and was like, yeah, let's do this better.
Yes, Finland. Yeah. Yes. City Skylines is like hella hard though. And like
it is.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
I feel like Sims, they are just like so much fun. Like they do like funny scenarios. They have like a very quirky language they use with their players, like both in The Sims and in SimCity. And City Skylines is just like it's not the same.
Yeah.
But it's pretty.
No, it's really pretty. I have it on PlayStation, I believe. Which I don't know why, because I don't play it on there.
No, it's
I don't.
hard.
But I guess SimCity 2013 one, they didn't allow modders. You know, there wasn't too many mods to play with it. But Skyline is like, nope, go ahead, modders. Do your thing. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I think they're finally just coming around to accepting modders
Yeah.
in general, not just like SimCity, Sims.
Mm. But I think like Paradox, they have had like every time they have like an E3, but for them, like the Sim Summit or whatever, for them, they always lift like their players and their creations and their like mods and stuff, and it's just like so cool to see them like, oh yeah, look at all these mods that our players have created, and look how they use them, look how fun they are. It's very nice.
No, yeah, because they definitely add fuel to the game and like make it better to where the actual developers either don't have time or they're focusing on the bigger stuff. You
Yeah.
know, so get it together.
Come on.
Appreciate the modders.
Come on now. It's been 10 years. You can do it, guys. Release a
Come
new one.
on.
Try again. Try again. You guys got this.
I believe in you, Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Oh, this made me really want to play SimCity.
I know. I might boot up SimCity 3000 now.
I may look for SimCity 4 because that looks fucking fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It costs like $20.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's not bad.
I can do that. Well, anything else? Anything else you want to add?
We do have a review to read.
Oh.
Ooh. Read it to me, Jessica.
Okay. So we got a 5-star review from somebody called Person from Earth on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, no, it's an alien. Definitely a person.
Definitely a real human being. It was called Yay, Plum Bob. Big fan of Under the Plum Bob. Found the podcast when looking for something lighthearted to listen to with my coworkers. We've been able to bond over our shared love of The Sims. It's been fun getting to walk through the history of The Sims. Love all of the hosts and teams and fun different dynamics that they bring.
Oh, you're in the early days, boo boo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you for the
Aw,
5-star
thank
review.
you.
That was like listening with your coworkers.
Yes, that is so cool. I love that.
Yes, we love that. Oh, thank you for your review.
Yes. We love reviews. We love reading them on the show.
Yes, and we love crocheting them because we're petty.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not shaming that one though. That was a good one.
No, that was a praise. That was an amazing one. Now, if you give us a
Yes.
1-star, we will shade you and shame you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be like, why you keep your comment to yourself, sir?
Yeah.
Or ma'am, or them, or they, because
Yeah.
we
Get
don't like
outta
negativity here.
Or positive zone.
Yeah, this is like a positive only podcast. We would never say anything that's like disrespectful, mean, petty.
Yeah.
Not
Never.
never. Oh, get your shit together, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just tell your Borg.
Tell your work.
Jess just stands in the middle of
Quack.
like,
Yeah.
someone fix the Sims.
You got the bread oven done. Finally get the Sims.
Everyone's like, what the hell's wrong with her?
Oh, and then
Don't
she
worry about it.
becomes like a TikTok meme, and
Yep.
me and Ali will know that we
Yep.
did that.
You caused that, yes.
Guys, let me do some plugs.
Yeah.
Okay, so find us on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbob Chaos over there. And also before Elon Musk ruins Twitter, please find us.
Oh, yes.
We are also on Reddit, Plumbob Podcasts. We're not there a lot, but Caitlin do swing around sometimes. You can find us on Facebook and Tumblr. We are under the Plumbob Podcast, and our website is plumbobcast.com. There we have a whole section with the contact form. You can like send us your what just happened, or just say hello, I love you, And if you want to say hello, I love you, you can also email us to undertheplumbombpodcast@gmail.com. We also have merch, guys. Merch. Mercherinos. Oh, no, sorry. Karen and Georgia, I'm sorry.
Not affiliated.
No. So you can find merch on our bit.ly/plumbob merch. And we also have a link for that everywhere. Everywhere. And guys, join our Patreon for God's sake. Just
Yes.
last week, me, Ali, and Jess recorded a Am I the Asshole episode, and it was hilarious.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I've never had this much fun in my life. For just $1, you can get an access to our private Discord and chat with us and your fellow Simizens. We share we don't just talk about The Sims. We talk about like our different what we like kinds of food and different hobbies, creative corner, play different games. Sometimes we do book club.
Sometimes book club, but you can talk about what book you're reading too.
Yeah, we love that. We love just like having you there. And like if
Yeah.
you want us to be nice, come and join us.
Yeah.
And then also if you pay $3, you get monthly bonus episodes, which is Am I the Asshole? Or scary stories or I don't know.
Just whatever we feel like
I'm
talking
not
about
ever
that
feeling
month.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, it's very free. You can also get to wish episode ideas and themes. Also, subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Channel, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora, I don't know, YouTube.
Wherever we are. Yeah.
Wherever we
Yeah.
are, we're all over the place. Around
Yes.
TikTok. I think we're on TikTok somewhere.
We are on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Mhm.
I
There we
created
are.
that TikTok in 2020. I have not touched it since, but thankfully,
We've added a few videos
yeah.
since then.
I have some beautiful co-podcasters that make so much things happen while I sleep.
We are a team.
We are a
We
team.
sure are.
3 different time zones, and we do it.
We do it. It's like
Yes.
4 or 5 different time zones though. Like we all have the all of America. You're like 5 different time zones, and then me and Ava. It's crazy, guys. Crazy. And thanks to our wonderful writing and research team, which in this episode is Jess. Thank you for copy
Thank
pasting.
you.
And thank you, Julia, for the Cities of Tomorrow information.
Ah, you're welcome.
But I did get most of my information from the SimCity wiki.
Yes.
We're gonna add it to the show notes so you can check out all the other weird games they released.
Yeah.
Because they were on crack cocaine in the 90s and just like.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, here's SimCity, SimCopter.
Yeah. SimCity for you, SimCity Society for you, SimCopter over here,
SimCal Simulator. Like,
yes.
all of it.
Oh, no, are they behind the goat simulator?
Oh my god.
I have played the Goat Simulator, and it's fucking funny.
I love Goat Simulator.
Were you sober or high? Tell me.
Bro, I'm a little lit like majority of the time. Like about 90% of the time I'm a little lit. It's just kind of how my constant state is just to function. But I was definitely a little high. I think my ex was like, hey, look, I have a goat simulator. Try it out. And I was like, okay. And then I'm like running around ramming people as a goat. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'm here for this.
I mean, I can see how people who work in the service industry kind of need a game like that where you just kind of pummel someone.
Mm-hmm. I had to come home like after like a shift. I'm like, you want to boot up Grand Theft Auto so I can just kind of like ram into people? Because like,
yeah, let me just kill a prostitute to fix my anger.
nah, I let them do their thing, but I'm like running and everybody. girl gotta make a living. Girl gotta make a living. So
Yeah.
she do her thing. You do your thing, girl. But
yeah, and thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, you must really love us. So then you could just go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. Like, come on, what's stopping you at this point?
Yeah. We'll read it in our next episode.
Yes. We love you guys.
we do. Thank you guys. We appreciate you all.
Yes.
You know, stay safe and wash your hands
Eat
still. Because it's
rich.
cold season. It's just cold season.
rich.
Just wash your hands. Eat the rich.
Yeah, just like always. Constant state.
Yep.
Fight capitalism, guys. Eat
Yes.
garbage. Be free.
Save your game.
Wash your hands. Be nice to people. Tip your waiters.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Back
Bye
to you.
bye.
Bye.
I know people can't see, but I love to wave.
You're like, I'm just gonna wave, guys.